Hello, welcome to the first update on my Project Pan, 6 months later, because of course. Hi, my name is Jo. I like to have fun with makeup and I put it online to encourage you to enjoy the makeup that you have and cheer each other on the products that we love the most. So about 6 months ago in September, I decided to start a structured Project Pan. And because I'm a terrible YouTuber, I have not recorded an update. However, here's the silver lining. Because I haven't had an update in so long, we actually have things to talk about, to the extent even that there are things that have been rolled into the Project Pan after others were rolled out of the Project Pan, and those things that I rolled into the Project Pan are almost rolled out of the Project Pan. So hopefully this will be a good one. Let's get started. I'm gonna follow the Vivienne Wen Beauty protocol and update you from the least amount of visible progress to the most amount of visible progress. First off, least amount of visible progress has been my blushes. One cream, one powder. Let's start with the powder. This is my Zoeva powder blush in Curtain Call. And as you can see, there's very little progress visible there. In the last 6 months, I probably used it like maybe 5 or 6 times, not more than that. And there are a number of reasons for that. I think the main one is that I'm not doing as much warm tone makeup as it is. So I have like less occasion for a red blush. I'm hoping that now that spring is coming and I'll be more inclined to wear warm tone makeup, then I will use it a little bit more. And also I feel like I do have to use a lot of it to really get the pigmentation that I want, because it's just losing pigmentation. I mentioned in my introduction video that I was going to be using this one until I hit pan, and then it's going to be decluttered from my collection because it is very old and the pigmentation is not quite there anymore, and there are just other powder blush formulas that I prefer. But yeah, I haven't really had a lot of progress on this one, and yeah, it's incredibly hard to see, and it makes a lot of sense because I just haven't used it that much, but that's okay because it's something that is definitely on its retirement tour on my collection. Blush number 2 is my Tower 28 cream blush in Happy Hour. I don't have a lot of visible progress in this, can't get it open, but I think you can see through here. There's a tiny bit of a dip on it, but it's very, very hard to see. There you go. Okay, so you can see a little bit of a dip there. I've used this one more than the Zoeva for sure, and I expect that maybe I'll be able to hit pan in the spring. This is one that I'm not like too worried about because I have finished a Tower 28 blush before, and I know that once you hit pan, they go kind of fast. So I have a dip. I know that I haven't used it that much, but I expect that to pick up now that spring is coming and I'll be using more of these brighter blush colors. Next up, we have my Marc Jacobs Undercover Blurring Coconut Face Primer. With this kind of packaging, it's incredibly hard to see the kind of progress, but as you can see, I've tried to take the air all the way out, and this is as far as I can go without it like squirting out of the packaging. I also haven't used this as much because for the most part I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury SPF that has primer, so I haven't used this one this much. I've started using it more because these days my face is so incredibly dry. It's not even funny, you guys. So I switched out of that sunscreen and I'm using a Clinique sunscreen and then using this as a primer, and it feels really nice. Again, the goal here is to finish it. I've used it maybe like 6 to 8 times at the most. I wasn't using it very much during the winter, but I'm picking it up now because my skin is really, really dry, and this is a really nice surface for your makeup, and I have been wearing more full coverage makeup lately, so this is a really nice one too to see. I saw a picture on the Makeup Craze Instagram account a couple of days ago with little sneak peeks of Marc Jacobs Beauty complexion products. I'm super excited for his line to come back. Next up, we have I think the least amount of visible progress product in this update, which is my Becca highlighter in Champagne Pop. I can't tip it very much because it is very crumbly, but my goal is to hit pan. I haven't hit pan, and there's like very little progress seen here, but that's to be expected with a highlighter. I wear highlighter pretty much every time I do my makeup, like for work, but I'm not wearing like copious amounts of highlighter that you would see a massive indent in there or like pan in 6 months. I think that the only way in which I would have hit pan with that one is if I would have used it like every single day of my life, which didn't happen, but that's okay. Highlighters take a while to finish, so I'm not in a super rush to finish that one. So all of those will remain in the project pan for the foreseeable future, since the goal in basically all of them, at least all the two blushes and the highlighters, the goal is to hit pan, and the Marc Jacobs primer, my goal is to finish it, and I've been picking up the usage in the last couple of weeks, so I expect to continue making progress on that one. All right, let's get to the good stuff. More visible progress. My two e.l.f. Glow Reviver lip oils, one is in the shade Rose Envy and the other is in the shade Honey Talks. So let's talk about Rose Envy first, because let's talk about Honey Talks first. So I am about 2/3 of the way done. This is just something that I have in my lip product bag, and I put it on when I need a little bit of nourishment during the day, if my lips are dry, whatever's going on. It will remain in the project pan until I finish it, but I'm pretty happy with the progress. However, there's even more progress in Rose Envy. Look at that. I'm getting to that point where the applicator doesn't really reach the bottom, so very soon I'm gonna have to take the stopper off so that I can reach the bottom, and I'll probably need something longer than this applicator to reach the rest of it, which makes me very happy. These will continue in the project pan until I finish them, and I definitely expect to finish them probably by the end of the spring or the end of the academic year in June, which is great because I still have like 3 other lip oils from that line that need more use, and I haven't really been using them because I've been so focused in finishing those ones. Coffee break. Next up, more visible progress. My Sephora Matte Perfection Tinted Moisturizer. Let me bring it closer so that you can see. Look at all that drainage, and we are like down to here. So I'm getting to the point where, one, my tan is fading and I have to mix this with other things so that the red undertone in it kind of calms the heck down. And two, where I think that, given that it's like down to here, I have like that much of my finger left in the bottle, I definitely see this being done by the end of March. So there's your one update on this one. I expect that on the next update, this will be gone. So on our next project pan update, I expect this to be rolled out because it's finished, and I will show you the next complexion product that I will roll in. Next up, let's go with the goals that are hit. Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzer in medium dark. The goal was to hit pan, and we hit pan, my guys. Woohoo! Here it is. I hit pan around December, if I remember correctly. And I rolled it out of the project pan at that point, also because my tan was fading quite a bit, and this is quite a warm bronzer. So I put it on pause once I hit pan. I've used it a couple times since then, but I am very, very pleased with the fact that I hit pan on it. Now that it's springtime or almost springtime, and I will probably be doing more warm tone makeup and like using bronzer as a blush and that kind of thing, I expect to expand the pan, but I've already accomplished my goal and this has been rolled out of the project pan. I don't have a lot of like bronzers where I gotta like show some love, because I usually keep my bronzer collection kind of minimal. So I decided to kind of not roll in a bronzer into the project pan, but I usually use my NARS Laguna Cream bronzer the most in the winter. So it gave me an opportunity to expand this pan quite a bit, which is pretty nice. This is a shade Laguna 03. I heard that this format is being discontinued. No, why? Just holding on. Like, how long is this version gonna be available? Is it gonna be long enough for me to like get this down really, really, really low before I repurchase it? Because I just purchased a Fenty Cream bronzer like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, but this one's so good. Anyways, because this is my winter shade and it's like a perfect blend between bronzer and contour for me, I managed to get quite a bit of usage out of this one in the winter, and it is so far still my bronzer of choice when I do wear bronzer. So it's not officially in the project pan because I had already hit pan on it, but I am making some really nice progress here and expanding that pan, so that makes me really happy. It's like an honorable mention. And now, for the pièce de résistance of this project pan update, we have 2 finished products. Number 1, my Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer in the shade Flex. this is done. It's really hard to see from the bottle, from the tube, but you can see a bit of window, hopefully. There it is. And it's just pretty dried down. There's really nothing in there to like get out of here. If you look at the container, yeah, you can see the bottom right there. Like there's nothing left there. This is my favorite concealer of all time, although I'm finding a lot of great favorites. So this one is like, okay, it's not the only big favorite that I have anymore, but I really, really like it still. I'm really happy to have finished it. Not the first time I finished this, but my other two that I've finished of this concealer were the mini, which is a pretty substantial mini. If you don't want to buy this big one, the mini will last you quite a while, but it remains a favorite because it works beautifully. It's like a medium to high coverage, very buildable and very friendly to like skin that has a little bit of wrinkles. I'm not wearing it right now because I rolled in another concealer to my Project Pan. You'll see in a minute. My other finished product is my mini Givenchy Prisma Libre powder in the shade Popeline Mimosa, shade 5. So hard to see from here, but there is absolutely nothing left in here. I squeezed the bejesus out of this. I love this powder. I repurchased it last fall, and I will pick up the 2 minis that I bought when I go back to the US in the summer, but it is a wonderful powder. It is blurring, sets the makeup, blurs the lines on the sides and all of the things. I love it. I love it. It's a great, great, great powder. It's been repurchased. And well, I finished it in December, so I rolled in a new powder. Last but not least, we do have a casualty in the Project Pan, meaning a product that I didn't accomplish my goal in and I am not able to. So it had to be forcibly removed from the Project Pan because it's expired, and it's my Melt Cream Blush Light in Sandy Cheeks. Here is the pan as of the moment when I had to declutter it in January. Here's what happened. I put this on, I wore it for my workday, and then when I came home, my cheeks were covered in bumps. It looked like I had been bitten by a million mosquitoes, which never happens. So I was like, okay, something happened here. What's going on? So I went to check this blush because usually when I get reactions on my cheeks, it's usually a blush or a highlighter. You've seen that before. So I decided to check this blush. Texture didn't feel weird, but when I smelled it, it smelled sour. It smelled like curdled milk, literally, or like buttermilk. That was the smell kind of that I got. I was like, okay. Melt is a clean beauty brand. This is already a blush that has many, many years in my collection. So I was like, it's not worth my skin health. I got a good pan out of it. I'm gonna let it go. So I let it go before I finished it, which was the goal, but I got a reaction from it. So not worth putting my skin in danger or, hurting my skin just to finish a product. It's always a good reminder, and it's a good reminder with Project Pans. Sometimes we get so focused on like, oh, but I want to finish. And we're not paying attention to the warning signs that the product is giving us. Like, no. It's not good anymore. You can't use it. It's hurting your skin. So it is important to just keep an eye on your products, and even if you have like 1 millimeter left, if it's hurting your skin, let it go, girl. Now, let's talk about the new products that are getting rolled into my Project Pan. First off, we have my LYS Higher Standard Cream Bronzer in the shimmer version of Self Love. So my goal on this one is to hit pan. You can see that there's quite a bit of a dip, and technically there's like a baby side pan getting in there. I put this in my Project Pan in January. It's a blush that I wear quite often, especially if I don't want to wear like blush and highlighter. So it's heavy on rotation. It's a great shade for me because it's not too strong, and it built up really, really well. Packaging is broken, but that's okay. This was from a holiday set, and I don't expect the packaging to be great. I hate this triangular packaging from LYS anyway, but this is in, and the goal is to hit pan. And then the other product that I rolled into my Project Pan when I finished my Givenchy powder in December is my e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder, which is my powder of choice for the winter. e.l.f. has done some naughty things lately, so I haven't been buying from them, just making the disclosure. And if you feel strongly against the people that they've been using in their advertisings, I don't recommend that you buy from them either, but I understand that it's affordable, and in some cases all that people can afford. So like, I'm not judging you. Okay, I understand. So I rolled this in December because it is typically a good powder for me in the winter when I don't sweat as much, my skin's not so greasy. Right now it's like all dry. Typically my skin is like dry combo. Right now it's just dry, 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 dry. There's like nothing. There's nothing here. Usually there's like grease here. I break out like, things get shiny throughout the day, but it's like there's nothing. There's nothing right now. My skin is so incredibly dry. So this is a very dry skin friendly setting powder, and I like to use it in the winter. I rolled it in December, and the goal is to finish it. And this is how much I have in early March. So I definitely expect to finish this probably by the end of March. So this is like blink it and it's gone, because you're seeing it today rolled into my project pan, but like the next time that you see it is going to be because it's going to be rolled out of the project pan because I finished it, which is a good thing. And then when that happens, that will leave me with 1 loose powder and 2 pressed powders, and that's pretty much it, which is not bad. There are, again, some categories of makeup where I don't have like a whole bunch of different ones, and I'm not like trying to buy all the new ones to try them or anything like that, which are like powders is one of those categories. So it does make me happy to finish things up and kind of rotate as we go so that my powders don't get too old. Recap. I finished 2 products. I had to declutter 1 product. I accomplished my goal of hitting pan in 1 product. I have very visible progress in 2 products. 3 products. And then I have little to no visible progress in 4 of my products. So blush, highlighter, and primer. Not bad, especially considering that it's been 6 months. So I have kept up with using my Project Pan products during this time, even though I have not updated as periodically as I probably should have. It is once again a reminder that makeup takes time to use, especially when you have a larger collection like me and a lot of us that share our makeup journeys on YouTube. But it is a good idea to kind of have a curated selection of products that you are focusing on so that you can really remember why you enjoy them so much, why you bought them in the first place, and what makes them great, or just get them out of your life if they've turned out to be subpar or you found something better, and move on to greater, more fun, more sparkly things. Thank you once again for joining me in my adventures with makeup. Expect an update for my Project Pan. I'm hoping by the end of the spring. Geez. There will be fewer things again next time that I update you in my Project Pan, and there will hopefully be some new things rolled in. So let's keep it rolling. Tell me in the comments if you are doing a Project Pan, what have you finished lately? What are you trying to finish and you cannot finish to save your life? Is there anything that is giving you grief when it comes to using up your makeup? Or is there something that has been especially fun to finish up? I'd love to read it in the comments. Let's share our wins together. Thank you once again for joining me today. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you join us over here and give this video a thumbs up so that the other panners of the world can see the fun. I hope that you are having a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Editing me over here, I realized that I didn't tell you which products I rolled into my Project Pan. So those are my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in Tan Sand, my e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder in, I think, medium deep, and my LYS Love Self Love Shimmer High Standards Cream Blush. So those 3 will be on Project Pan update number 2 with some progress.